So many people we run into in the Advent, during the readings during the Advent season. Let's start with somebody who we might not know nearly as well. Ahaz. From that first screen today, Ahaz, the foolish young king of Judah. Quick word on that. Southern kingdom, Israel was one kingdom. Divisions, they broke into two, northern kingdom and southern kingdom. So Judah was one of the southern kingdom kings. Israel had more than 40 kings. First three were great. Saul, David, Solomon. Ahaz, sadly, not so good. In fact, he was worshiping false gods. How far have we strayed? Isaiah, the prophet, was trying to get through to him. Ask Ahaz to just turn to the Lord and ask for a sign, any sign. Ahaz demurs. He understands that if the sign turns out to be true, he'll have to believe, and he doesn't want to. It'll disrupt his life. He's got it pretty good. You know the sign the Lord gives him? The Lord gives him the sign. The virgin shall conceive and bear a son and name him Emmanuel. Hey folks, that's the essence of the good news. Ahaz hears the good news. He says, no, thank you. Someone else gets a sign. You heard Mary get a sign a few weeks ago from the angel. She hears what the angel has to say. It's just to say no. She says, this can't be. She says, how can this be? Tell me more. Hey, by the way, to all first-time mothers, I expect there's probably a lot of people here who are first-time mothers at one time or another. Think about what Mary's thinking. She gets this proposal from the angel. All the changes she's going to go through. Things she doesn't understand. Will she recover from this? It is the first century. Childbirth is not easy back then. She says yes. Yes, completely. Yes, powerfully. If you want a reminder when you go home, check out Luke's first chapter, the second half of first Luke's chapter. We sit back, here it is, 2,000 years later, we think, hey, wow, Mary said yes. Her life must be pretty good. We sing about that, silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Or what's that other prayer there from Magnificat? Oh, clement, oh, loving, oh, sweet Virgin Mary. No, it wasn't like that at first. Mary is under scrutiny from the beginning. She's carrying a child. She's got to talk to Joseph, her family. What will the community say and do? Back then, for the penalty of adultery, women were stoned to death. How can this be? All Mary has to lean on is the angel's assurance that God is with her. She takes this leap of faith, and she sees it through. She is so unlike King Ahaz. Now, why does she have to do all this? Well, we heard in the gospel, Joseph is ready to quietly divorce her. He's very aware of the penalties against someone in Mary's situation. He wants to shield her from this, but he wants to move on. Mary has to take care of family and community too. She could end up having this child alone in absolute poverty. Joseph, however, he gets a visit from an angel too. Do not be afraid. He gets the same sign that Ahaz got. Ahaz said no. To that same sign, Mary said yes. Joseph says yes too. Sometimes it takes an angel of the Lord to change people like Ahaz or Joseph. But even then, Ahaz doesn't believe. Thank God Joseph does, and especially, thank God Mary does. Mary relies on God. With all her faith and all her strength, she places her trust in God's promise. She has no reassurance that she'll survive, or that her son will survive on their own. Everything seems against her. This week, we might be thinking about all the things that seem to be against us. This is the fourth Sunday of Advent. Rejoice! But in a few days, Christmas is coming. Maybe some of you are thinking, I got to pick up somebody at the airport. I got to go to the train station. I've got 45 more cars to send. If someone asks me to do one more thing, I'm going to explode. We think we're under pressure, don't we? Mary's story. How hard can it be sometimes to have faith when the pressure is on and we aren't facing pressures nearly as strong as the ones Mary faced? Can you and I hold on to faith this week? How about every week? The promise of the Messiah is to be fulfilled. God is with us. But the journey just begins when the child is born. God becomes flesh incarnate in Jesus' Son. And this incarnate flesh will lead us all the way to his crucifixion and then to resurrection and new life. Can we hold on to faith? Can we keep the faith? Hey, God is with us.